visit Elmina Castle, you can see how the door of no return was. But here it was changed during the colonial period because Gold Coast was a capital and India was an administrative seat. And so because of the administrative and trading purpose of the Europeans or the colonizers, they changed the door into this large door we are seeing today. But originally it was very short and narrow. So Africans who journeyed through this door, they lost their roots, identity, their culture, their fundamental human rights. They had no opportunity to even say goodbye to their family members. They lost their religion in addition, because in there you'll be forced to practice the religion of the colonial master or the slave master. And when they move them through this door, normally they place them on smaller boats to move them into the large ships. Because of the weight of the ships, they can't move closer to the shore. And so they dug far away for smaller boats to then drown themselves in the ocean to die. And this was because most of them had not seen the ocean before. And so out of fear, upon being placed on smaller boats to be transferred, they drowned themselves in the ocean. Others believed in reincarnation or the life after death. Because of their belief, they wanted to die so that they will be reincarnated into their lands. And when they reached their plantations, language-wise, they forced them to learn the language of the slave masters, to bridge the language gap between the captives and the slave masters. And so Africans who journeyed through this door lost everything with respect to their lives, and they never returned home. And so that's why we call it the door of no return. Africans went and they never returned home. But today we are not slaves. We shall see what lies behind the door, but we are sure to return.
So here was the shore.
So when they reached here, the sea was all over this place because of the sea defense. That's why the sea is no longer coming here. So originally it was coming here. This is about 4 to 5 years ago. The sea was coming into the town to distract activities. So this was an initiative to keep the sea from coming into the town. So originally it was coming up to this point. When they reach here, smaller boats are here to transfer them into the large ships. And from here they move to their various destinations. Some taken to the Americas.
So we are back. I am returning. This is now the door of return, where it was once the door of no return. But I have come home and I am returning. My ancestors are probably very happy, and I'm very grateful to them for surviving this horrible journey so that I could live and come back home. Thank you.
It's not to cause any psychological trauma in the minds of people. They are learning from the past to correct the present and the future. So throughout the tour, we got to realize some of the Africans were involved and some of the Europeans were involved. So here we say judgment is not important. If we are to judge, we have no one to give the blame to because both parties were involved. So basically we try to learn from the past to correct the present and the future. If today we see any form of injustice around and don't fight against it, it can also affect us in the near future, in the next generation. That is why Martin Luther King Jr. once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of neutrality, tied in a single garment of destiny, and whatever affects one directly, affects all indirectly. And so if today we see any form of injustice, we should try to stand against it so that it won't affect us in the near future. And so the 1992 first ever Pan-African Historical Theatre Festival that was celebrated in here, the National House of Chiefs came together. They brought a very powerful message. One, to serve as an apology to the ancestors for their predecessors' involvement in the slave trade as the past chiefs. And so they brought the message here, a very powerful message. And secondly, to pass on the message to humanity, that we should see to it that nothing of such ever repeats itself in the history of human lives. So I'll make reference to the message to finally conclude the talk. And so it quotes in everlasting memory of the anguish of our ancestors. May those who died rest in peace, and may those who return find their roots, and may humanity never again perpetrate such injustice against humanity. We, the living power, uphold this. And so if a living being never wants to be a slave, whatever form of injustice we come by, we try to fight or stand against it to make the world a better place for us all. But we are one people all together at different colors. So that's why Lucky Dube one sound, one people, different colors in the song. So thank you very much once again. Good morning. And my name is Kuku.
Thank you, Pepe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Did come back.